Welcome to the 2 Decades Too Late podcast, everyone. I am Brad, hanging out with Josh. This is the podcast in which we rate and review an album that is turning 20 years old, mostly metal for whatever it's worth, kind of today.
It's worth stuff, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
you tell us.
Yeah, right. Josh and I each give a rating of 1 through 5 to 4 different parameters for an individual maximum point total of 20, and a combined maximum point total of 40. I have to tell you, Josh, I am over the moon that we chose to review this album. What are we talking about today?
Could not be more excited. And according to my notes, we're reviewing the album Terrifier, which is incorrect. We have
Damn right.
I Am Hollywood by He Is Legend. Or as they say in Spanish, El Es Legendo.
All right.
They had a t-shirt.
Well done. Yeah. Did they really?
They did, yeah. I remember it from the merch stand.
That's amazing.
When we saw them in Kettering.
Yeah, at the Attic with, who were they with? Zayo? Someone like...
Somebody. Not Zayo, I don't think. But they were with people for sure. And we saw them at it was a Burger King, right? That was in the same parking lot that we would walk over to.
Yep, 100%.
Starstruck. They had on their eyeliner and everything.
Yeah, they were living it. They were living it up. And then they did the I Am, and instead of going back into Hollywood, they went into Stone Temple Pilots.
Yep, for sure.
Oh God,
so
what a fucking show! Yeah, that was one of the better shows. Top 5 for sure. Yeah, this is a band that just stayed underground-ish. Like, I don't...
Yeah. Ish.
I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, they never blew up. But I don't know if that's... I mean, they're a weird band. I'm not going to, like, sit here and... But I don't...
Not any weirder than anybody else who, like, you would call a weird band, though.
Yeah, but they're not, like...
Here's the summary of their weirdness. They have an album called It Hates You, and it's got an ostrich on the front of it. And that ostrich, and a pterodactyl, but that thing definitely fucking hates you. You can see it in its eyes. It's that kind of weird.
Yeah. But, like, they never got so weird that it was, like, kitschy. I don't know. I can see why they didn't... It's, like, not too weird, but almost needs to be weirder.
It's a fantastic brand of weird for me.
It's unbelievable. No one else sounds like He Is Legend, period. I don't care.
I agree with you.
You could show me a band that you think does, and I do tend to think that if you give me a half an hour of discussion, I can convince you that
you're wrong.
Though it might seem that way, and I get it. But no, probably not. Yeah, I mean, I Am Hollywood came out in November 2nd of 2004. Oh, God, I still get, like... Very few albums have this spot for me. This is up there, but we've got on the I Am Hollywood album, we've got Skylar. Is it just Skylar and spelled stupid?
Yeah. You know, like a CH can be Zachary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skylar Kroom vocals. I have to say, knowing that his name's Skylar makes me like him less.
Oh, really?
Adam...
But Skylar Kroom. Like, that's...
Kroom's cool.
That's the weirdness that this band has.
Yeah, true enough. Adam Tanbos? Tanbos? Bows? Tanbos?
What is up with these names?
I don't know. On lead guitar, Matty Williams. There you go. At least it's a Matty, too.
Yeah,
I like a
it's
good
not
Matty.
Matt or Matthew.
No, I like it. Bass guitar, Steve Bosch. Back. Drums, percussion. That motherfucker is a beast.
That motherfucker is a beast. That dude does hate you.
Yeah. And then Mackenzie Bell on rhythm guitar. I want to say at least the guitar player, like the main guitar player and vocalists, are still. I mean, I know the lead vocalist is still in the band, but I think one of the dudes that stuck around was the guitar player too, and the bassist.
Yep, Adam.
Oh, they've all been there the whole time.
Yep, Adam and Maddie and the lead singer all have been. Mackenzie Bell, I guess, departed, and they've had different drummers.
Boy, I mean, the drummer they got when they did White Bat, really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a different type of drumming, but still, man, White Bat is such a good album.
White Bat is such a good album. I haven't really listened to Endless Hallway a lot, but
it's very good.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, but you know what? I haven't either. I think I've maybe given it 2 or 3 listens.
But he says Endless Hallway in the lyrics to a song in White Bat. He has a tendency to do that, actually, like carry themes through albums.
He does it the whole time. Like between I Am Hollywood and Suck Out the Poison, there's a lot of callbacks, like straight up. Almost they just re-recorded a part, basically.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember which part it is, though. You don't like
Princess, I think.
That's exactly right. Because you
Juliet, he yells Juliet in one of the songs and Suck Out the Poison.
And then does the whole thing, does the You Know You Want It. They like do that whole section again on Suck Out the Poison. You famously do not like Suck Out the Poison.
I cannot stand it, and it took me away from the band for so long, which sucks. Because once I did get back into them, I had missed out on It Hates You, Heavy Fruit, and Few. And those are fantastic albums. I have a playlist called 3 is Legend, and it's those 3 albums.
Sick.
Yeah.
I mean, they're killer. I hated Suck Out the Poison when it came out. That was prime me not wanting anything to be different at that point.
That's super fair.
For me. So 2006, I did not want He is Legend to put Suck Out the Poison out. Now, I don't know what I wanted from them because they don't make 2 of the same records. They just don't do that. But again, that's a later me going, oh, I appreciate the fact that this band is always willing to be interesting at all times. And what are you seeing?
I hate Suck Out the Poison, not because of anything that the musicians did. I cannot stand the way it sounds. Like, I can't stand the production on it and the quality. It just sounds terrible. But it was produced by Steve Evans.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
the thing. Dillinger Escape Plan.
He did. I like the production on Suck Out the Poison, so I don't know if it's maybe something you should revisit.
I'll try to
because I think it's one of their better albums.
It was recorded at Sound City. It was produced by Steve Evans. Like, all of that should add up to top tier sound.
I think it sounds that good. Like, I think the production on it's killer.
Bro, really?
I don't get me wrong. I spent however many years hating that thing, at least 10 if I'm being generous.
Yeah.
But I love it. I mean, and it's got easily their heaviest album. I mean, it's not even close. Maybe White Bat, actually. White Bat's very heavy, but
it's got a good mix of heavy and soft vocals.
Yeah, this gets heavy as fuck at times. I'm talking not heavy for He is Legend, but they throw the fuck down on this thing. And the vocalist at this point, I've not read this. This is me just assuming, trying to be in the mind of a vocalist, which I haven't done for very long, so what do I know? But I hear a guy who is all in on harsh vocals on Suck Out the Poison. All in. I mean, it's
crazy.
He's decided between I Am Hollywood and Suck Out the Poison to be that kind of vocalist. And clearly afterwards, someone said, whoa, you're never going to be able to talk again if you keep doing vocals like that. And then he pivoted. Because, you can tell he's not doing anything right on this thing, and I love it for it. It's all wrong, but it's that sick as fuck early 2000s wrong, where it's put it all out there. Who gives a shit?
Maybe
if you can never talk again. Yeah. So I'd recommend another shot. Yeah. This is not the album we're talking about, but I do like it.
It is not. But He is Legend from Wilmington, North Carolina. Super good. Formed in 2003, so only active for a year at this point, which is insane.
I can't tell you how much that upsets me deep down in my bones from a music writing standpoint. Because, like, how you went in a year to get here, and what did we do last week? All That Remains. They were on their second album. They had been around for a number of years, clearly still figuring out. I Am Hollywood is a completely, fully fleshed out, untouchable, just piece of music. I mean, it's
fantastic.
Hey guys, if it's not clear, I like this album a lot. So
yeah, like you don't. Spoiler alert!
Buckle up for that.
I'm gonna be shocked if this doesn't get a 40. There might be something that will knock it down a point, but yeah. So this is their debut studio album. They did have an EP come out, which I thought was much earlier, but it was just earlier year, 2004.
Yeah.
The EP 90215.
Which is honestly, compared to most bands, like first quote unquote album, it's not bad. It's got some stuff.
It does. And it's got some stuff that carries over into I Am Hollywood. And like also the genius of this band can be seen kind of right there. Like their EP is called 90215, and then their debut studio album kind of follows up with I Am Hollywood.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, these dudes, I think we got through the track by track breakdown as probably much as we need to.
Probably as much as we can. I mean, it's so varied, and there's something to love for everybody. Like just pick one and go.
Yeah. The hardest thing about doing this review was picking a favorite song by far. I mean, the whole thing is incredible.
I don't even know what to do for that.
Yeah,
I guess I'll decide. I'll flip a coin.
Between 1 and 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't blame you.
I'll do a bracket style.
Yeah. Stay tuned after the break for He Is Legend, I Am Hollywood bracket.
The walls.
Get to the review?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
All right, review. Hi, Josh. Well, do the same thing we try to do every night, Pinky, and try to take over the world. What did you think about the artwork for I Am Hollywood by He Is Legend?
I gotta tell you, I think our scheme is not gonna take. I don't think we're gonna end up taking over the world. Something's gonna go awry.
No. I watched like an hour and a half long YouTube video proving that Pinky's actually the smart one. I did that. And it's really good. And I was after like, man, I agree. Look at this fucking guy.
That's propaganda. They had an agenda.
Well,
they only picked out the. Listen, there's a lot of Pinky in the brain to go around.
Yeah,
they cherry picked their information. They only showed you what they wanted to.
Listen, if you're going to truly believe that Pinky's the brains of the operation, I really ask you to go and do your own independent research.
Do your research
to determine if Pinky is actually the smart one within Pinky of the Brain. If you don't,
the other guy is named the Brain, Brad. Not ironically.
Just because something is presented to you as a fact doesn't necessarily mean that it is one. Maybe his name is pronounced Brayin, and you don't know. You didn't do the research. You don't even know.
Sweet. His head's bigger, okay? His head's bigger. Clearly more brain tissue per capita.
Well, technically, the Neanderthal had a bigger brain than Homo sapien did.
I'm done with this. I'm done with this conversation. This is all fake news.
Do it for a long time. All right.
That stays in for sure.
Oh, there's no way around it. That's the nicest possible way.
We should have had that conversation on the last episode. Anyway, I love this album artwork.
Good.
It's a digital creation.
Yeah.
But it's done as a digital creation, not as like the last album we reviewed was, with a bunch of layers and stuff. Like this is, it's really cool. There's like some intestines, some pink intestines, you're led to believe.
Yeah.
Could be.
Do you want to know what
tissue?
Do you remember the coolest part about this and why the digital part doesn't impact it that much? Because the gold part was on the top clear.
Yeah.
And it was just the drawing of the, like whatever you said, brains or intestines or one or the other.
And looking at it with a more fine lens, like they're labeled street names from Hollywood. So like there's Vine Street on there. I'm assuming there's a couple other streets on there that I can't see.
Which is awesome.
It's super awesome. It's just really well done. Intestines don't necessarily have anything to do with the album, but they also weirdly don't not have something to do with the album.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, it somehow is, the covers lived rent-free in my brain for 20 years because it stands out. It's so unique.
It sure is.
Yeah.
That was around the time when bands were starting to do like the splashy colors and all that. A lot of pinks. But I think they probably hit it a little sooner than most.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we did the shirt for She's a Nightmare that was baby blue with yellow. Like,
yeah, it was great.
It's because of stuff like this. Yeah. What's your score?
It's a 5.
Sick. I agree with everything you just said. 5. Listen, there's no subjectivity here, folks.
0.
I mean, doesn't happen often, but I think I try to be pretty open and honest when that's a factor, when it does come up. But if you're looking for objectivity on this one, gang,
pack a lunch. No. Yeah, you're going on a field trip. Find it.
It's not happening. This is one. All right. Skipping ahead. Production, then verse now. What'd you think?
So being able to re-listen to it in a digital format is amazing, because I had a burnt copy of the CD that was always quieter than the rest of my CDs.
It is anyway. The actual CD is quieter than anything else. Like, it was produced to be a little quiet, which I used to have a big problem with, but I can talk about in a minute. But anyway, continue, please.
But like going back and listening to it, everything sounds amazing. All the instruments are featured amazingly. His voice sounds amazing. Everything sounds amazing. And to the earlier conversation, produced by Adam D, but in a way that, like, I never would have guessed this was an Adam D production.
No, which I think is a bigger flex for him than anything else.
It is uniquely the band.
Yep.
But they also gave themselves a producer credit.
Hey, man.
Which I think is the first time I've seen an Adam D production not just listed as Adam D.
That could be. No, we've ran into one other. I can't remember what it was. And you know what? He does tend to he likes to be the in-house producer, I think.
Yeah.
More so than anything else, but maybe. I mean, I don't know. For all I know, he as Legend recorded all this somewhere and gave it to Adam D to touch up.
They recorded it at Zing Studios in Westfield, Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Then probably Adam D was involved if it was in Massachusetts. Massachusetts. It's adorable.
I know. It is. Weird side note and oddly related. I didn't tell you that we had a squirrel in the house last weekend.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. Came down our chimney and busted open the gates for the fireplace and crawled out the top. I say it like he was a massive beefcake squirrel. He was pretty...
Yeah.
He was good size, but he jumped around a couple of places, and then we eventually got him to just see himself out the front door.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's a fun...
The cats did nothing.
Really?
Asshole. They crawled up oh, what's this? But yeah.
Man.
There was not a mad panic to eviscerate this squirrel at all.
Man, you got some really spoiled cats.
I got some lazy ass house cats.
Man, Morty will go after any squirrel that's even I mean, if there's one in a tree that he sees, it's unfortunate because now we're standing by that tree for like 6 minutes with him trying to figure out, like, how do I get up this tree? And it's like, you can't.
The funny thing, it's like, it's not like they've never seen a squirrel before. Like, there's been a squirrel in a tree outside a window, and I've seen the cat scale the window screen, like hanging on it like Garfield suction cupped on a car window, like on the friggin' window screen. So like,
okay, well, that's
I
weird
know
as
she's
fuck.
got an instinct to get the squirrel, or at least some base desire, until it's like, until it's like, oh nope, I'm all talk.
Oh wait, it's actually in here. No.
No, I wasn't talking about you. The guy behind you.
No, I was the other squirrel.
Yeah. No, we're cool. You and me, we're good. We're good, man.
No.
Yeah. So production.
That's crazy. What did you land on the production?
The 5.
Yeah.
It's
a
great.
5. It is a little quiet. That bothered me when I was younger for some reason. But then Metallica brought out Death Magnetic, which was supposed to be the loudest album ever made, and it was so bad that Rick Rubin didn't put his own name on it.
Damn.
Even though he produced the album, because Metallica were insistent that it should be loud.
That's
and
dumb.
It's you know what, I can turn up a volume knob one direction or another, so who cares? And honestly, this might be Adam D's best production, like,
it's
to whatever extent he had to deal with it. Everything on this thing, all the frequencies are perfect. Everything comes through exactly as it should. Doesn't help that the musicians are phenomenal, but and a lot of that comes from the player. But so yeah, a combination between an insanely talented group of musicians and an incredible producer. It's a 5. I mean, it sounds perfect right now. Like, there's nothing I would change. Nailed it.
Sweet. What would you rate the impact at the time?
Oh, it's a 5, and I don't even know if I can justify that. I just know that it is.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I don't even really know how to put it into words, but
I don't think there'd be any
is.
talking you out of it. Like, there's nothing you could say that'd be like, you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe it didn't influence me that much.
And Josh, what was the impact at the time for you?
It was a 5 all day.
Sick.
I wanted to be the bass player. I wanted to be the singer. I wanted to be the drummer. I wanted to buy a Spawn drum kit. I wanted it to be purple.
Yeah.
I just wanted everything to do with this band.
Yeah, it was insane. Absolutely insane. Not just enjoyed listening today. Enjoyed listening every single time for 20 years straight.
Yeah.
It's a 5.
It's
never dipped.
It can't. Like, it just can't. Like, you can try and not enjoy listening to it. Good
luck.
It's gonna be futile. Like, absolutely fruitless.
Yeah.
It starts off.
Yeah. I mean, if you're all from just off rip, you're already wanting to clap. That's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
That's a good thing to have going on. Yeah, it's just a 5.
If you're happy and you know it, you will clap your hands.
Damn straight. And if you're He Is Legend, I Am Hollywood, this particular album, then you're going to get a fucking 40 from the two of us.
Yes, you are.
And if you remember from the intro, that's the maximum point total.
That is.
It's the most you can get. So, oh, good. That warms my heart.
It's so good. I'm really glad we didn't have after 20 years, it just doesn't. Because it does. It does the whole time.
Listen, I listened to it for this. I listened to it for the rest of the day. I downloaded Little Nightmares 2 because it's free on PlayStation Network right now. Highly recommend, by the way. Pretty quick game. I think I'm almost done after like 3 or 4 hours.
Great.
That
works.
And it's just a side-scrolling, like, environmental. You eventually get a partner, and you can kind of like, one person has to go pull up the bridge on the other side so you can make the jump sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Anyway, it's been this. I listened to this the whole time. Like I'm mostly through that game. However many hours I played it the whole time listening to I Am Hollywood on repeat. Didn't touch a thing because I don't want to miss a thing. Loving an elevator.
Miss a thing. That's great.
You know.
Well done.
What is I know I dropped this on you pretty last minute, but what was your favorite song, or do you want to throw a dart at a dartboard?
Man, the seduction.
You want me to tell you what I picked?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I picked The Walls Have Teeth.
That's a great song.
So just in case you were worried about that maybe being one.
There's just such good parts in it. Like China White's great because it's slow, and The Creature Walks has the do and Eating a Book has the great lyrics. I think I've always loved Dinner with a Gypsy the most, though. On problematic nomenclature aside.
We pointed it out. That's the title.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much we can do. We understand it. And that's what it was called in 2004. So that is what it is.
Yep. Here we are.
Yeah. But if you're gonna
is the
talk about that group of people.
The playlist, though? Are we there?
Oh, I'm putting The Seduction and I Am Hollywood on the playlist. Okay. You're getting 4.
Great.
I mean,
it's taking a lot of restraint to not put the whole album on. It's only 38 minutes long.
I was going to say, don't get me wrong. Like, all this is going to take is I have, like, one drink too many later in the day and go, fuck all of you. You're getting this whole album on this thing. And that's just all there is to it. It is that good. This was, yeah. Also, Do You Think I'm Pretty has, like, track 8 has one of the craziest drum parts of all time.
Is that the
doing that, like... Yeah.
I never figured it out.
So, I don't know if I ever told you this story. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't actually think I've told it on the podcast, so it's kind of worth it in this particular context.
Yeah.
So I'm working at the Mustard Factory with Eric Zimmer, Eric Zimmer, and Kyle.
Mark.
Why can't I think of Kyle's?
Kmart.
Yeah, exactly. Well done. We go out to lunch, which was an hour. We would generally skate and go back in. But Eric needed to buy new drumsticks, and this had and I was on a huge kick on this album. Like Kyle Martin and I were both just like locked in on this fucking thing at that time for whatever reason. And we showed it to Eric, and he goes, "I don't even think that's how hard I could play that." I'm like, "You can't play that. I've never seen you play anything even remotely complicated. You play like a punk beat for everything," which is fine. Yeah. I had no problem with that. And he got really pissed off. Like, he did not, because I was like, "No, you can't." Because you know how I was back then. Whatever you think of me right now, I was just the worst back then to everyone. If you gave me an opportunity to be a jerk to a person, I was going to take the opportunity to be a jerk to the person. And even though Eric technically got me the promotion at the Mustard Factory, I was still pretty much an asshole to him. I was like, "There's no way in the world you could do that. I've never seen you play anything even half that difficult." He was super pissed. And we go to Kincaid's to get drumsticks. And he walks in. He goes, "Hey, I just bought this like 12-pack of drumsticks." Maybe it's not a 12-pack, whatever they come in. Like, it was a pretty big pack.
Yeah.
And he goes, and they keep breaking. I think there was like a defect with them or something. And the dude goes, "You could try not hitting your rim all the time." And I just remember thinking, like, "You motherfucker, take that shit." It was the most rude. I loved everything about it. I was like, this is nom nom nom. I don't need to eat lunch today. I am full. I am sustained.
I thought you were going to tell me you walked in and he like played it on a demo kit. But that is a better ending to the story.
Yeah, no, I insulted how good he was at drums on the way to Kincaid's, and then once we got there, the dude that worked at Kincaid's insulted a dude he doesn't even know. And basically just told him, it's your fault the drumsticks are breaking, not the drumsticks. If you want some new ones, yeah, go ahead and buy them and stop breaking your fucking sticks. It was brutal. Because he literally, Eric tried to get money back. He goes, no, I really think there's something wrong with him. He goes, they're wood.
Yeah.
And it was so scorched earth. You could tell this dude's been like, nope, nope. These tattoo fucks keep coming in here to where we mostly sell pianos. And
right.
Want to complain about their drumsticks. No.
Nice.
I'll never forget that story. I just remember thinking like, I wanted the world to be mean to this guy today. And it was. And I feel good about it. All right. Super long story over, but it's a good one. And I will find a way to cut it down so it's not super annoying. Now
that we're at the end, though, I do have a question. Because this is not the first time I've seen this, but I always forget about it. Is He Is Legend a Christian band?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the All Music Review, like, kind of categorizes this as Christian rock. But there's nothing about it on their wiki. They were on Solid State.
That's the reason.
Not this release,
just the fact,
but
this one was, yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Damn, you're right. Damn, yeah. So maybe that's why.
It's for sure why, because that's why we thought they were Christian.
Okay.
Because I thought the same thing. Like, I want to say Kyle Martin and I had a debate at whether maybe it was The Seduction wasn't really about Romeo and Juliet. It was like a metaphor about.
That's what the All Music Review is all about. That, like, they're exploring like Christian themes through metaphor and like protecting yourself through faith and from the evils of Hollywood. That is all what the All Music Review is about.
I see. And that could be it, actually. I mean, I don't know if it was from a Christian perspective. I'm fairly certain on the very next album there's a clear fuck in the lyrics somewhere, so I don't think they stuck on it very long if they were. So no, I mean, maybe they were on that release. I can't remember, to be honest. Like, we would have known, I feel through something in 2004, but I don't. It does sound like maybe they were considered that for a minute.
Okay.
Because everything kind of was for a minute.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right about that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? But there's a lot of that talk even back in the day, about that all being a metaphor for Christianity and all that stuff. So it's possible.
Isn't everything?
Indeed.
The greatest book ever written.
Kind of accurate. All right, man. So we've got a 40. We've got our favorite songs. If you want to check us out on Instagram, you can by going to TDTL_podcast. Check out our TDTL favorites Spotify playlist, which will now have maybe 4 songs by He Is Legend on it.
Could be 8. Could be 10. Who knows?
Could be 10. But yeah. This is exactly what I was hoping for, and I'm really glad we landed on a 40, because goddamn, this is in my top 5 and will be forever. It's one of the best albums.
It's
ever.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess with that, he's been Brad, and I've been Josh, and we've been 2 decades too late.